Hey Alex, Coach Gurney here. This is video footage of you hitting on July 23rd, 2020. And we're going to go through some mechanical adjustments that you may want to make. I'll probably give you four things to improve on that I think will definitely help your performance, things that you and Dad can work on in the batting cage or even at home off a tee or soft toss drills before you enter a live game. So I like that your hands are back, your eyes are glued on the pitcher. Very important that you keep your eyes on the ball and the pitcher at all times. What I notice is as you lift, and you do a nice job pulling your hands back a little here. Some people call that the load or the gather. So you do a nice job of pulling these hands back. We don't want to do too much, but certainly a slight move back is effective to kind of launch our swing. But what I do see is you step out. Let's look at that front foot. And if I was to draw a line where your feet are, and by the way, that's what this white line is at the batting cage. You should have both your toes, both feet's toes on that white line, but what we see is you step out, right? I think you would agree that you're not lined up by the time you've landed with your feet, right? You step off that line. So number one, step straight when we stride. Number two, I want to talk about your front arm, and this is a little bit technical, but you seem like a bright kid. I think you can handle it. But this front arm should not get extended or straight as it is here until after contact. So they talk about hitting extension, never before contact, and you've extended. This is known as casting. If you were to go upstate where Dad grew up, a lot of people might be casting fishing rods, and they would extend their arms before the lure or the worm flew off the rod into the water. We don't want to do that with the baseball swing. We want to keep a bent arm approach, and then after contact, we would extend. So you're casting here. Number three, I want to focus on your head, and that's something that causes problems for a lot of hitters of all ages. So as you swing, your head comes off. I think your eyes might be closed here, and your head comes off. So try and keep your head very stationary. I shouldn't have to move this circle. So as you hit, this circle should stay in the same spot with your head, and it doesn't. Your head comes completely out of the circle here. So keep a more stationary head. What you're doing is what we know as head drift. So try not to drift. And last of all, I want to talk about this back foot. You've probably heard about squishing the bug or turning the back foot or heel to the sky. Those are all verbal cues we give hitters. And you do a nice job at the end. But we want to do that as we make contact. So earlier in the swing, I need to squish this bug, turn the foot, take the heel to the sky. And you're doing it way after the ball has left the bat. Let's do it as you're making contact, because what that does, Alex, is that engages this rear hip, and that enables that rear hip to drive by turning that foot. And you'll drive even more if you turn the back foot right here. You do a great job, but it's too late. Do that earlier. So I gave you four things to work on, just to review. One, stride straight. Two, keep your head on the ball. Three, don't extend that arm, what we call casting. And four, turn that rear foot sooner in the swing. So finishing up in slow motion, we're going to watch your swing. Let's work on these things and get back to me. Looking forward to seeing you play one of these big games in Sherman Park, Alex.